This has to be some stupid ruse. I'm going to believe this girl and then she'll laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talked about me? Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira would give. Wait, does this mean she's a friend of Ira? For some reason I never thought about her having any. At least not at school. That was really presumptuous of me. I wonder what Ira's like when she's with friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but I got so caught up in all those stupid rumors. It kind of slipped my mind. Chino. But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Uh-huh. Well, Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still. Wait! I know Ira's probably fine, but... Isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all we know with everyone, the... Quiet, you. I just said we shouldn't talk about stuff like this where adults can hear. What? Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet either. All of my stumbled protests sound so weak they might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report it at all. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. I deserve to testify. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. So there was something to do in the end. There was something to it in the end. So there was... No. So I was right. Oh my god. Sure, I can't actually know that, since I've yet to hear what Marina has to say. But this can't be pure chance, can it? And if not, then what does it hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed me to stop for the sake of something more important? The text is going so fast. Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something, or anything to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. world bending itself to the will of some worthless nut is a preposterous idea. But it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path. That's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room. I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along, and I can feel my doubt turning into excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows about Era. I want to know more about Era too. The whole wide world wants me to know. Oh, we got a title screen happening right now. Oh wow. Episode 1, Era. That's very interesting. I don't think I've yet to play a visual novel that... Okay, whoa. Jumping right in. What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking from Era to Garen, to the chair that crashed onto the boy... Went on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Grashevkaya. She insane. Somebody call the teacher. Not paying any mind to the commotion that filled the classroom, Era storms towards Garen. Her face contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it onto my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Era does not respond. Yeah, she is not. For a second, she just glanced at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. The classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag, then heads towards the door. Crazy bitch. She ignores him. Grashevskaya. Where are you going? Bump. Hey. Era forcefully pushes past the teacher. You. Grashevskaya. What? What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Okay. Your parents will hear about this. Oh my god, Dummy's struggling with her threat falls on deaf ears. Everyone knew Grashevskaya. Not me struggling. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Era had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here, to have a higher salary than the national average, to have access to the goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. A weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible. That is, on Ira's parents. And questions begin to rise. Why is Grashkevsky's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard lots of talks like that. I've heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garen. He deserved that. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once the school was done, but my bag slipped and all of the contents scattered on the floor. Of course, they would get curious about it. Of course, they'd want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions. Nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't. But I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. She rarely shows up to school. And even if she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that. And also, I was really scared. Ira has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it was like I weren't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh. Hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. Alright.